Okay, so now that I've welcomed you to the class, now I'm going to take you into Canvas. Um, and again, what you'll see here as I step in now, I'm going to walk you through point by point. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me via email or chat, and we can discuss some things as needed. But it really is to give you just a really clear introduction into like all the various nuances of the class. This particular video may last longer than some of the regular ones. It'll be anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, but I'm going to try and get through it as quickly as I can, just so I can show you all the various iterations. Or I might break it into two. Maybe that's what I'll do is I'll may break it if it finally gets more than 5 minutes at a time. I may break it into two 5-minute separate sessions. But I'll let you know as it goes. Um, okay, so let's just jump in here. And one other thing I can't really stress enough, if you don't have any prior experience in Canvas or using learning management or struggle with technology like some people do, then please do get some help right away. And there are some tutorials for Canvas that you can access. Um, and I'll try and help you with that and point you some directions later. But in the meantime, there's several ways you can go in. Like I have a link on my desktop that I have for Canvas that I set up for my bookmarks on my toolbar. But normally students can also go in here through Canvas. You would go in and click on Canvas here. Once you click on the student icon here or hover over it, click on Canvas. And that will take you into this page where you'll put in your login ID and password, and then you will log into Canvas. Now, my Canvas is going to look different than your Canvas because mine has all the various courses that I have from the fall semester and other semesters. But what you'll see on yours in your class will be either if you're in the 10582, you'll see this one. If you're in the other one, the 10587, you'll see the We the People icon. But they're both exactly the same, just different classes. So don't worry about the nuances. So I'm going to click into the first one, 10582, which has the information here. Probably slide 102. Here's the course number, the CRN, and it says online winter 2020. And this is what it looks like, so you'll be able to spot it fairly easily on your desktop. So you'll click on here, and this takes you inside of our course shell. Now, in here you'll also see there's a variety of things that you'll see, and some of these things you will not see. Matter of fact, the things that are listed up here you will see. The things on mine below here you will not see, and I left some things on here purposely on the main screen because some of you may or may not have certain software. So let me just walk you through this first page, and then I'll get into the modules themselves. So in here, the announcements page, anytime I send out an announcement, I will post it here, and it will also send an email out to you as well. So, and let's say, for example, if you forgot an email or forgot what I put in an announcement, you can come back to Canvas, click on the announcement site, and it will literally take you into and tell you what the announcements are. You'll be getting some of these in the next few days. I've already got them ready, but I haven't sent them out yet, but you'll start seeing them. You'll get an email, and they'll also be posted in here for you. Okay. Also, you'll see the modules. The modules is where everything happens. That's where the entire course is laid out for you from beginning to end. And I can't stress to you enough to go in and look at it carefully, click on a few buttons. You can't break anything, so don't worry about it. It's all set up for you to be able to access. I'm debating whether I'm going to leave these here or not, or whether I want you to access them in the modules, because the discussions and quizzes are built into the modules. And so you may see them disappear from the screen and may just see the rest of it. But I really want you to follow things that are in the module. But I'll make a decision about that the next day or so. But anyhow, for the time being, they're right there, but they are all in the modules as well. There's a chat room, so if you need to chat with me or other classmates, you can certainly do that. There's online tutoring for American government, which you can click in here. So, for example, let me show you both of these actually. So if you go in the chat room, you can go in here and then you can initiate. It tells you who's online, which is me. But if multiple people are online or you want to meet them here, you can access other people here. And you can put information in or ask questions. When I do office hours, I'll be available in the chat room and I'll be open anytime. You can send me questions or messages that you need to. Okay? Matter of fact, let me turn the message alert on there. And then you also have access to online tutoring. And this is set up so that If you need help with the American government outside of myself and the book and things that you're struggling with, there are tutors that are available online. It seems to be taking a long time loading up, but there is access to online tutoring here. Okay, so I'm not going to wait much longer to see if it pops up. So, and I'll make sure that's up and running if it's for some reason it's got a problem. Grades. The grade book is here, and you'll see how it's laid out. So I'll open it up so you can see it. Don't worry about the names. I'm going to get through that quickly. But basically it has all the students, all the various things in the course. So if you want to know how you're doing, you can scroll through and see how you're doing in the course, and from your quizzes all the way through your discussions and your assignments, and you'll give you your total points that'll show you here, your video critiques. So it's all laid out here for you, so you'll be able to follow point by point the things you're doing and the scores you're getting on those things as they're being done. Okay. And I would recommend that you don't get to the end of the class and not know how you're doing in the class. If you're doing the quizzes will post instantly, so you'll be able to know how you're doing on the quizzes. The discussions we grade at least once or twice a week. So they may, if you finish them by a weekend, usually by Wednesday of the next week, we'll have them all posted up. So it takes a little bit of time, but that's why we have certain due dates so we can get all the quiz grades in for you. For the discussion grades as they go. Okay. Unlike the regular semester, I usually leave things open all the way to the very end because some people get things done late, and I get that. So I'm leaving. Normally, I don't do that, but I am doing that for the winter session because it's only 5 weeks long. So I am leaving things open. There's also for Zoom where we can actually have a group conference if we need to, which I haven't really had to use much, but there's ways we can set up appointments for office hours, things like that. We can schedule in here as well. And we can do those things in here as needed. There's also Google Drive. For those of you who like to use Google Drive to provide information or upload things, I also put in Office 365 here. So if those of you who don't have access to software for some reason or another, you can go through here and log in and be able to go into and utilize Microsoft Word, for example, or those other ones. So if I were to log in, I can log in through my Imperial Valley site to go into Microsoft to access their stuff. Okay. It's also the library databases here. So I do that again so that you can have access to, when you have to do research or look up anything, you can actually go right to the library to get information. There's lots of different accesses to various sources here. So feel free. Again, I highly recommend just clicking in and clicking around to see what's where, so that way you just get comfortable and familiar with it at the beginning of the semester as opposed to the end. Okay. What else is here? Starfish. So if you're struggling with your grades, you might get a email from Starfish that tells you, hey, this is what's going on, this is how things are, and just kind of give you hey, the heads up warning sign. Okay, so that's basically it for the main tabs. Of course, there's other things over here for you on your own. You'll have your own account information. You'll have your own dashboard, which will have the courses that you're registered in for the winter session if you have more than just mine. You have a calendar here, the inbox. If we're emailing back and forth, your announcements should come through here as well. Those are things that you should have on your site as well. Okay. I think what I'll do is I will stop there, and the next video we'll go into the modules, okay? All right, see you in just a bit.